right, so this question is perfect. It's about housing. More importantly, these different terms we use to classify what is affordable. One is AMI, which is area median income. And for Richmond, the AMI, the average, is $100,000. However, there's another term called LMI, and that's the low to moderate income, and that's done usually by a census tract or a smaller area of a city, and you focus on exactly what's in that area. LMI in Richmond is actually below $60,000. So you see there's a gap of $40,000 in salary. That's a big difference when you start looking at housing. So let's take apart the differences of percentages because I think a lot of times it loses people. Let's talk about people. There are two things we need to focus on. Workforce housing, which is where I think you can see below that AMI level or the LMI level, there's a gap. Let's focus on making sure we're building housing for people that currently call Richmond home. Those who work here, the people we depend on that are supporting the things we need to do. The other piece is let's talk about essential workers, right? We have teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other emergency personnel and entry-level positions in city government, people we depend on every single day, and their starting salary is about $50,000 to $55,000, which is a good paying job. But we're not building housing for them. And actually, if you think about these terms of what's supported for incentives, that's not meeting the mark. A lot of the projects we talk about today are AMI focused. And I think that is a state of Virginia requirement and state of Virginia law. And I think focusing on transitioning to an LMI is going to take a lot of work. But I'm not saying I'm not for it. I'm just saying let's make sure we focus on exactly what the purpose is. We need to build for an AMI classification below 50%. And right now, the lowest incentive I can get to is 60%, and those are very few and far and in between. As a city, we need to invest in building housing that supports those workforce opportunities for those who can afford $50,000 in housing costs, which equates to about $1,000 to $1,200 a month in rent. Now, let's think about this capacity in another aspect. Let's think about the understanding of we have existing housing. There's already naturally occurring housing opportunities for affordability with it regards to duplexes, triplexes, and existing quads and walk-up apartments. Let's make sure we keep those opportunities available and not let them be lost to the market. Let's build new affordability and diverse housing opportunities in neighborhoods across our city and make sure that the housing that exists next to it stays affordable at a price point that people can see themselves living in. We got to do both. And I think we got to focus on opening our ability to invest. The city needs to be a partner in investing in these projects to keep that affordability where we want to. So let's talk about those we depend on for our workforce, our essential employees, and making sure we're building housing that everyone can see themselves in, especially the future of our city.